Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Gregtech Community Edition Modern. Last time we got ourselves two different things. We got ourselves a brand new arc furnace, which helped me craft up the components for today. All the way back here. Hold on. Yeah, brand new arc furnace. Nice large one that apparently I haven't tested out the coprocessor problem yet. As one of the issues I have is I think I need to redo this area. I'm thinking this is the area I'd like for it. So maybe we go ahead and wait, what? I have to wrench it? What? Where'd it go? There it is. I have to... Interesting. Okay, so I have to break it with a wrench. I mean, makes relative sense. We'll go ahead and grab a block and put that back in here. But I think I'm going to have to organize the different crafting controllers over here and just have it set up so that I can add some more coprocessors, as I think that is the main problem. I'm also going to have to actually double up on size here too. So I'm thinking I'll probably do 2 more of the 64 and we'll do the 16 as something else, because our crafting stuff is starting to get to be far too extensive that even a 64 kilobyte cannot handle it. Anyways, stuff this in a backpack here, and then right in here we've got the components for today. I do want to kind of build out a cool little area. I was wondering what kind of blocks I could use, but I couldn't find anything that I really cared too much more for. So we're probably just going to use some more of this stone here. Oh, there we go. And we need to build out an area to be able to place this computer, because I would like it over on this side. So let's go ahead and grab out my lovely... Where did it go? Did I put it somewhere else? My question is, maybe it's in here. Building... Gadget? Where did it go? Oh, it's right there in front of my face, you know. Right where it should be. Go ahead and select our blocks and build out a nice little area. I do want it, not only did I want it over here, I also actually want to make sure that I've set it up in its own little room. I don't know intensely how much this thing works, because I haven't really taken a look at it yet beyond just making the stuff and kind of finding out that, hey, you need both parts of it to actually make it do anything. And that's about it. But with those placed, I think we can go ahead and build ourselves a vertical wall. And we'll do something to the effect of right there. Oh, right there. One more over and then back and boom. And same thing right there, maybe. One more in. Right there. And it looks like we might have enough to go ahead and close this space all the way in. Horizontal row. I think we're gonna have to go right somewhere in the middle here. Have it go across so that we can do the horizontal wall. Oh, I guess I don't have enough. No worries, I believe I do have some stone brick in here. Should be enough to go ahead and fill that the rest of the way out. And that is all done. Now we're just going to go ahead, pocket the device, remove that, and we'll drill out a nice 3x3 entrance. We're going to have to go over 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right there should be the center. Go ahead and mine out those just so we have a better doorway. And this should fit the machine we're looking to build. So let's go ahead and start that. Oh, I left it all right on over here. Time to bring it on over and drop it on down right here outside the door. Now, our first thing we've got to make the research station. This is what it looks like. It looks like this big old, like, sideways. Put it like this, and it looks like a... I was thinking of, like, one of those dumbbell things that you can lift up weights at the gym. Forgot what they're called. Kettlebells? Almost like a kettlebell. So, only thing I want to take a look at, so we got full computer casings on the bottom. Computer casings with the advanced that way. Okay. So let's start that off. Right here in the middle, we're going to go back at 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I believe that is right. Oh, nope. It is 4 and 2. Pretty close. And now we just need our bottom here to hang up and over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and up and over, just like that. Line up our heat vents in the back here, 7 of them, and then start our advanced computer casings right in the middle. So then the next layer comes with, looks like we've got advanced computer casing right up front. With what I want to double check is the next line, it's a T shape plus our optical data reception hatch. Okay, so we need the T shape. And then our data reception hatch. It's not that one, it's this one. And then... that didn't place right. Right there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then... we continue to build that up. I want to say it's probably just the same. So let's go ahead and build that up that way. 1, 2, 3. This is different, however, over here. This is where our object holder goes. And then we need, so we got the data reception hatch. We have, where did the, this one? Oh, we got a research station in the middle. And then we have our power input. We'll do that. And I think we're going to swap this out. We're going to put our power input at the bottom right here. And then we'll put our transmission. And then we'll put our research station block right into that spot. And then we're going to have to case this on up on the back. One more case up. And we do our T-shape of these components here. And this is where our maintenance hatch has to go. So put our maintenance hatch down. And now we're just going to have to do the inverse of the bottom. So we need our 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 advanced computer casings. We need our 7 more heat vents here. Continuing that shape to wrap around the advanced computer components. And then just our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That, my friends, is an incomplete structure. What is wrong? Is it literally got to face the right way? Is that the problem? I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, okay, I see what you're doing there. You're silly. Telling me it's not facing the right way, whatever. Okay, so this is our first research station. Now, it is very important to note that while this research station does function as a research station, it does nothing functionally, as you do need the data reception hatch to be filled with a... Here, let's just go read it, rather than me trying to figure out how to tell you that. We've got the research station is an upgrade to the scanner. It is used for more advanced forms of research and will finally allow you to perform research which requires data orbs and modules. When running the research station, energy and computation is needed. The latter is provided through an APCA, which is explained in the next quest. It is received through the computation data reception hatch. Note that only one reception hatch is allowed in a research station. So that is why we have that. And I don't know if we can actually like chain the reception or the data things together, but let's go ahead and build up that too, because wiring them up is not going to be worth it until we get it taken care of. And I just realized those aren't even the right cables. So I was about to wire it up for no reason in a way that wouldn't have actually helped me. So let's go ahead and stuff those in my backpack. Do we have LUV ones? We do. So pull out that stack and the little bit here that we can plug in stuff in a bit. But now comes the second machine we've got to make, which is a High Performance Computational Array, or HPCA for short. We do have all the components, like I think I showed last time. This thing requires an insane amount of annealed copper when you go to craft it. So that is hence why we made our arc furnace, so that we could get that. That's also all of the other components required, that kind of stuff. It's insane amount of circuits, an insane amount of things. So it's just worthwhile to upgrade like we did. And now it comes to building one. So it looks like we got 5 on the bottom, across, and then 1 over, and then our vents, and then our actual block right below it. So let's go ahead and build this off to the side. I want to build it 2 away over here. So we want this heat vent. I guess I should look at the orientation. So if this is 6, so 5 would be there. And then we could do 1, 2, 3 in the heat vents, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for our high computer components. And then move on to our next layer, which requires the regular casings and our heat vents on the back side. So let's do our heat vents first. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. And then we just need our regular... Is it literally just our regular? It's gotta be. Yeah, just regular computer casings all the way around. Oh, I guess the advanced computer thing is the other one. Okay. Okay, got it. So we take our regular computer casings. We're going to go ahead and slot them. Come on. Come on. 1. Oh, not right there. Not right there. Wait. Actually, is it right there? I mean, I don't think it matters much, but I would prefer them right there. So we'll go ahead and do this. We'll go 1, 2, 3, up. I think we'll go ahead and place our maintenance hatch up front, as that is not needed to wire into anything. We can do our other 2 of these that we need. Now we can slot in all of the slots required in the back. So we do need ourselves a input for fluid. And this is going to allow us to pump in coolant, which I think I'll just go ahead and place that on. Ooh. We're going to move this. We're moving this one back. So go ahead and do that. That's 2 blocks down, so we're good. And we'll go ahead and move this up one block entirely. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is all 10, and we'll slap everything down nice and quickly. Event module. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll put 2, 3. Oh, that's not that. That's the heat vent. Only thing about going fast is you start making mistakes. So we want our energy input on the bottom. I would like our input here on the side. We want the computation array input right there. And then we can put our maintenance hatch right up top like the other one. Now we just need our computer casings out. We can fill out all of the computer casing slots. And then do our advanced components. If we could quit from misplacing them, would be great. And just to hug the outer edge, if I could shift at the same time too. And that is mostly done. Now this is the last part. Out of all of these blocks here, you can kind of put in whatever combination of stuff that you want to do. So I could totally make up another 3 more of these actual components. However, it will consume more energy in use, but it will produce more computation power. But they also each require X amount of cooling, whereas this one requires 2 cooling, so we can do our HPCA heat sinks and just do the heat sinks that do not need a fluent input at the moment to cool off our computing processors. So we're going to go ahead and stick that right in the middle, top and bottom. I don't know if it matters if they're right next to each other or not, but I'm not going to play with fire and find out that they do need to be placed next to each other. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. And that, my friends, with the empty modules in there, makes it our high performance computation array. And with that, that opens us to a couple other discoveries, one of them being the ZPM energy hatch. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and grab out 2 different things. We're going to get ourselves an LUV energy hatch started. And then we need a data orb. So let's go data. Yeah, it is data orb. Okay. So, and that will require a couple components itself. While that is running, let's go ahead and hook this up into our system. So these will cover enough voltage for both of these. So we're just going to go ahead and wire it in. And I think instead of going out that other hatch, we'll go out this one. Put that block down. We'll go down from here. And come straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, funny enough, it looks like I can actually support it off this direct line right here. So I think that's what we're going to do. Just come directly over and wire it. One more. Wire it directly into this line. And snip. If anything blows up, I'm just going to be sad at this point. It looks like we are all good. So now comes the last part. And that's that we got to hook these up using some of the data cables. So we need optical fiber cable, which I believe I still have a little bit. I have exactly 5. Is that enough? That actually might be enough. Which is funny because that means that I literally saved, wow, the perfect amount. Let's put these blocks up. I did not plan that. I just had them. So that's pretty nice. So we now know that those things are together. Comes from the moment of truth here. It is idling. We're going to put in our data orb and our LUV energy hatch. I cannot wait. Okay, what's going on? Insufficient energy. Where? What do you mean? Insufficient energy. Bridging disabled. So saying we don't have enough energy, and I don't understand what's going on with this. Am I missing something? Oh, so you have a minimum computation that you must be able to meet. Okay. So how about I will be right back. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off just in case it's explosive. And we will get that crafted up. Remove the 3 empty ones. And that, I think that's also going to mean we're going to have to upgrade our energy hatch. So let's go ahead and grab that out to upgrade as well. Let's make sure we can also handle that. We actually might not be able to handle that from that hatch. It is a by 4. So as long as that's not getting power and my fusion reactor's not getting power, it could handle it. So one thing we could do is get a second dynamo hatch to tie into this. So let's do that. We need ourselves a dynamo. Need a by 4 LUV. And then the next part we need is a new energy hatch. Let's go ahead and toss this in there to help that. Energy level 4. And then we need to upgrade these. So we need ourselves the HPCA. We need one more of the computational components. And 2 more of the heat sinks. It looks like all of those will actually be pretty easy to get through. So it looks like if I wanted to, I could probably tie that into this power, which is probably what will change here at some point. Because I do want to remove all of the energy hatches off of this and only have the laser pipe output. But as for now, we'll leave it as it is so we can actually get it functioning. We already got our heatsink components, so let's go put those in. We'll make this more of an archway. So we got our heatsink components to replace, 1 and 2. Now we're just waiting on that and our energy hatch replacement. Didn't take too long. Sometimes I wonder, though. Really got to upgrade these coils, but I feel bad doing it because we're so close, I think, to the next ones already. Maybe, maybe not. Is it next one? I don't see any coils over here, so we got to be close to being able to do the next coils anyways. Especially since the coils, from here on out, from what I understand, the coils aren't part of the mod pack. So if I look up coils, we have our trinium, our titanium, which must be done in a UV. Quadra, RTM. Yeah, it looks like I have to get all the way up to a UV assembler before I can do any of that. Which is 2 away. Oh, that's right, this is a ZPM one, huh? Although it's not 2 away. So we just got our ZPM one. I don't want to do too many more trinium coils if we're going to do the titanium coil, or tritanium coil introduction. So we've got ourselves the energy hatch. Let's go add in that extra bit of power first. So I need to go ahead and pop I guess I didn't grab the dynamo. Hold on. Dynamo. Right there. Okay. So we'll put the dynamo hatch down, pull it on out, and clip the wires together. And that should allow us to now power this. So we'll go ahead and do that. And have to grab out a wrench now, aren't we? It's going to actually be kind of hard to place that in the orientation that we want to. No, we got it. Okay. And now I just got to go look up what this is doing, because I think this is doing one of those things that I was talking about earlier, where it takes a lot. Oh no, it's just taking the time to craft the quantum stars that take forever. And then we got to double check, because I think our assembler messed up. So let's go look at the assembly line. The answer to that is absolutely. There's that. Boom. Yeah, not there. And then I'm guessing that the fluids are out of order, because that's the other issue I tend to have with this. Soldering alloy, yep. So, soldering alloy, lubricant. Now we need our coil stuff in there again. So the frame's got to come out, coil goes in. Then we can put in our soldering alloy again. And this is where the fun comes in of tracing all my parts back, because there are going to be things missing from the areas they're supposed to be in. There's the processors, there's the quantum star, there's the long rods, there's a motor, Nobium star, rods, motor. There's that. Okay, so what are we using to make with this? I need the computation module. It is 2 of those. Okay. So we need boom. I think it said, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay. We go 1, 2, 2, 3. This. Palladium. Palladium. Wires. And then we come back to the first one, put the other palladium in, and that should fix our issue here. Always forget, I kind of got to do these one at a time because it likes to mess with things like that, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. If it has 2 recipes to dump of the things in there at once, it will, and then it'll mess it all up, and that's the problem with doing this mod pack. Which is why I'm doing this to completion and nothing more, that's for sure. Until they get something figured out to make it a little bit easier to manage those, it just does not feel worth it, the amount of times I've had to babysit this to make sure it functions right. And now we've got our second computational component. Should be able to come over here and turn it back on. Oh my goodness, that is cool. That is the coolest thing I've heard in a while. Wow, so it doesn't even process it in seconds, it processes it in computing components. And this thing, does it tell us how much energy we're using anywhere on this thing? ZPM, using that much. We're using essentially 2 LUV per tick to be able to function this thing. One thing that I could have done is I could have replaced it with one of these, which only requires 4 cooling. However, actually, it does... Yeah, it takes way more energy too, so that's something else that we wanted to keep an eye on. That requires almost a full ZPM to run that computational component. So there is that. There are also active cooling components. active cooling component right there. Requires 8 millibuckets of PCB coolant to run, but it does provide 2 cooling. I don't think there's any other recipe for those components. Let's just look up and see if there's High Performance that thing. There's a bridge component, allows HPCA to connect to a network switches. My guess is that lets me connect another HPCA to one of these. If anybody knows for sure, leave that in the comment section if you can't find it here. I know there's a part about components, but it looks like it's not here. Oh, that's the data bank. What am I looking at? Wrong thing. Right here. We have computation components, so they generate CWU, but require EU. Cooling components that do that. We have empty heatsink active cooler computation. Yeah, it doesn't mention anything about a bridge. So, yeah, if you guys know what that is, and if I am correct on that, oh, right there. Network switch used to route and distribute computation? Got it. I think I found it, guys. I found it. It's in the next tier here. Network switch allows you to allows multiple HPCAs to be used in conjunction with each other. This allows you to provide far more computation to your research station. HPCAs can be connected to the network switches with transmission and reception hatches, and then the network switch can output to the research station with another transmission hatch. HPCAs cannot connect to the network switch by default, and each connected HPCA requires an HPCA bridge component to enable this functionality. Good to know. We are not there yet, as we are only starting our ZPM journey. And now that that one is complete, and take an exam of this thing, we have our ZPM energy hatch, which I will have to craft up next time, so that we can do quite a few things with it. This is going to help us with a lot of things, make things cheaper, easier, and more efficient and quicker, as those blast furnaces behind me can now get a ZPM upgrade, which I don't think all of the recipes that I have will get their perfect overclocking, but if we do get the perfect overclocking, it is faster for the same amount of energy, which is the greatest part of that perfect overclocking. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you would please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will enjoy reading each of those comments. I find a lot of them very intriguing, as I do not know half the stuff that you guys keep mentioning down there. As this is my first, not my first technically. This is the farthest I've gotten in a Gregtech mod pack. Clearly, I've done the previous series, but like you guys keep bringing up cool new things about the mod pack that I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. And I honestly can't wait. Because once I'm done with this one, I know I'm going to move to something else. I don't know where I'm going to go yet. You guys can also leave some suggestions for that in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye!